Hey, even the hardest games give you a break sometime. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 easiest bosses in hard games.
Well then, let's go.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at notoriously difficult games that surprisingly have easy boss fights. Be prepared for a list filled with insta-kills, predictable attack patterns, and a whole lot of cheese. Number 10, Honda Tadakatsu, Neo. Picture this, you are about to go head-to-head with a legendary samurai. What do you think of? Well, swords clashing, a test of speed, and heavy armor, right? None of this actually matters when you're facing the yokai of Honda Tadakatsu. Your first instinct would be to charge in and fight him, but what if we told you you can basically insta-kill him without ever having to touch him at all? Simply destroy the 3 crystals around the battlefield, and he's done. Number 9, The Wall, Contra. We know we're cheating a bit on this one, it is the first boss after all, but this is Contra we're talking about, infamous for its insane levels and even more insane fights. The Wall is not only one of the most iconic bosses in gaming, but it's also one of the easiest in the franchise. Equipped with 2 blaster cannons and a sniper at the top, you and your friend can easily just put the wall out of commission. The sniper can be killed quickly, and once one of the cannons is gone, the wall becomes just a picket fence or something. Number 8, King Knight, Shovel Knight. Just the look of this guy screams egotistical jerk. Despite being the most regal of the Order of No Quarter, a fight with Pridemore Keep's ruler is kind of like a fight with the Black Knight from Monty Python. We're not saying that this is a bad boss fight, it's just that King Knight doesn't really do much. His lunges are short and slow, and the fanfare confetti isn't much of a screen sweeper. As long as you keep popping him on his head, you can defeat King Knight and emerge unscathed. King Knight seems to have a more diverse moveset in the upcoming King of Cards prequel expansion, so maybe he was just tired during our encounter?
Discover how King Knight ascended to the throne and became one of the Order of No Quarter in this quirky quest.
Number 7, The Master, Fallout.
So what shall it be? Do you join the Unity, or do you die here?
Holy hell, what is this thing? Sorry, okay. The evil mutated brain guy trope has been used for some memorable boss fights. But on the other hand, how many of those have been easily defeated by speech checks? Yes, the Master, a diabolical brain responsible for forming the mutant army who has access to Gatling lasers, can be defeated through a nice little chat. If you manage to convince the Master to abandon his plans, he'll trigger the nuke in the vault and kill himself. Of course, many players prefer a more challenging approach, but hey, this is a role-playing game.
Leave now. Leave while you still have
hope.
Number 6, Yevon, Final Fantasy X.
I know it's selfish, but this is my story.
The Final Fantasy franchise has had many bosses that have caused us to throw controllers and shout obscenities. However, if you're looking for a battle that's smooth sailing, aside from spamming life potions on Evre Altana, the not-so-epic final fight with Yevon should definitely suffice. With the game providing you with an auto-life feature, it's practically impossible to get a game over here. But this also makes you wonder, what's the point of the fight if there's nothing at stake? I mean, that's generally what final bosses are supposed to be, right? High-stakes challenges? Nope, not in this game, buddy. Number 5, Bubble Man, Mega Man 2. The robot masters of the Mega Man series can be difficult depending on which ones you tackle and in which order. Since they all have weaknesses against one another though, one could argue that every boss can be easy. But Bubble Man makes the list because it really doesn't matter when you decide to take him on, because he's really not much of a challenge. His reliance on swimming turns him into a sitting duck, and if he were to fire that bubble cannon of his more frequently, maybe he'd be more formidable. Anyway, brownie points for the spiked ceiling, but this guy's simply too easy to pop. Number 4, The Covetous Demon, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 may not be everyone's favorite game in the series, but it certainly has its fair share of challenges. The bosses, however, were kind of all over the place in terms of difficulty, with some feeling damn near impossible to defeat and others being total cakewalks. The Covetous Demon falls into the latter category for its easy-to-read attacks, making him incredibly predictable. He moves so slowly that you've got a good amount of time to really lay into him. He's not too versatile in terms of his moveset either, often using short-ranged attacks with the occasional jump here and there. In the end, you'll feel like this fight took longer than it should have, and you'll wonder why it was even there. Number 3. Werner Vermin, Cuphead. Cuphead is loaded with colorful bosses that will keep you and maybe a friend constantly playing and replaying the same level. Each one also has its own tricks and patterns to make everyone unique. While we were considering Goopy Legrand for our pick, our minds were changed when we saw the predictable behavior in Werner Vermin. In each phase, Werner only uses 2 or 3 basic, easy-to-read attacks. Will he move left or right, up or down? Well, no matter what, you'll have plenty of time to find your escape route. For someone equipped with explosives, flamethrowers, and a mechanical cat, he quickly becomes a pushover. Number 2. The Witch of Hemwick, Bloodborne. Bloodborne has some of the most intense boss battles you'll find in gaming, which is why it kinda pains us to see it on this list. You fought through psychotic villagers and disgusting maggots, but now it's time to play hide and seek. The witch will turn invisible and fire orbs at you, which, gives away her position. After a few attacks, she'll disappear and send in not a group, not a trio, not a duo, but one single enemy. One weak, wimpy enemy. Yeah, we basically had our eyes rolling through the whole boss fight. Oh, okay, you have to fight a second witch too. Well, maybe this fight is more challenging than we... never mind, she's done. She's dead. Easy peasy. Number 1. Shredder, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You'd think for someone to be the arch nemesis of the Ninja Turtles, they would have to be quite the formidable opponent. Lesson number 1, kids, looks can be deceiving, and that is the case for the Shredder and his cool entrances. Shredder manages to put up a fight, but that's only if you let him. It is possible to cheese your way through this final boss fight by knocking him off of a platform and then just hitting him every time he tries to get back up. The rest of the game is known for being notoriously difficult, so good luck getting here. But that just makes this final boss fight all the more laughable when you do. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.